Hey, let's get to it. We are going to do core, abs, midsection, low back, mid back. Awesome. Grab your blocks. Two blocks, please, if you can. If not, one will work. No big deal. Actually, you know what? Let's just do a quick Surya Namaskar A, sun salutation A, to just find some breath and warmth in the body. Okay? Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, empty the air out of your lungs, squeeze your belly forward, fold. Inhale, lift your chest, create a parallel line with the floor. Exhale, root your hands, step back to high plank, and then lower all the way to the ground on your exhale. Inhale, push into your hands as you shine your heart forward. Exhale, raise your hips up into your first downward facing dog. Root through all four corners of your feet. Plug your index fingers down to the floor as you roll your biceps up towards the sky. And create a beautiful long line between your tailbone, through the crown of your head, down through the tips of your fingers. Inhale, shift your body weight forward, step to the top of your mat into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank pose. On your exhale, lower yourself to the ground. Inhale, root your hands in pelvis and shine your heart forward. Exhale, push into your hands, raise your hips to the sky, and find downward facing dog. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Keep your feet hips distance apart and parallel. The length in your spine is more important than straight legs. Inhale, shift your weight forward, step to the top of your mat into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise up to Tadasana. Okay, now we're a little bit warm. And if you were already warm, well, awesome, you stayed warm. So come into Warrior 3 at the wall. I would suggest placing your hands on two blocks and kind of adjusting until you find the right length of your leg. Now, if you can, I'm looking in this mirror over here, make sure that your hips are even, okay? So now remember, this is a balancing pose. It's not a hand balance pose. It's a 1 foot balance pose. So what I'm trying to say is kind of pull out of your blocks. Don't put all of your weight into your blocks, okay? Pull out of your blocks. All right, here we go. 1, 2, we're alternating arms and we're lifting them up to shoulder height so that we're creating a long parallel line to the floor with our raised leg and our raised arms. Okay, switch legs. You shouldn't have to move, but maybe one leg is longer or shorter than the other, so you might need to. Readjust your Warrior 3. Check in with your hips. You want nice, neutral, parallel to the floor hips. Raise up out of your blocks, and then start to lift your arms, alternating. As you're doing this, lengthen out through all four sides of your waist. Okay. Whew. This one might be a little bit wonky for you, but come to a warrior 2-foot setup at the wall, okay? So I'm going to be starting with my right leg as my standing leg. So my right heel bisects my left foot. Block in right hand. Come to floor. Both blocks if you need to. Whoop. Okay. And then get into your half moon alignment. So again, kind of raise out of this block on the floor because this is a foot balance pose, not a hand balance pose. And then drop your hand down. Raise it up. If you want, you can kind of wrap your arm underneath you instead of bringing it to the ground. For me, that's just kind of a bit much in terms of momentum. So I guess that would maybe be more of a kind of stage 2, and that stage 1 is just doing that, opening up across the body. Okay, left hand down, left foot down. Switch up to half moon on your left foot, standing on your left foot. So left hand, left foot to ground. Place, whoop, your right leg against the wall. Again, you are looking for that nice neutral line coming out of your hip all the way down through your knee and your ankle. Okay, lift up away from the block on the floor. And we will do the second side of our half moons. So here you can see I'm kind of mixing it up between the wrap below, this one right here, wrapping across, I guess not below, sorry, and the one where I kind of tap the floor. So again, I think the real difference is momentum and control within the body. So do what is right for your body. And then just a couple more. Okay. All right. Come to sit. Oh gosh. In a Dandasana pose. So I'm going to sit at the wall because sometimes so Dandasana is this, right? Active legs, active upper body, chest stacking over pelvis, arms active, rooted into the ground. Dandasana, right? Okay. Well, there can be a bit of a tendency sometimes to lean back. So to stop myself from leaning back, I'm just going to come up against the wall. So I have, what is that? Like a tactile response if I start to lean back. Okay, here we go. Dandasana at the wall. Lift your right leg. Pull it in. Drop. Lift your left. Pull it in. Drop. Right up. In. Left up. In. And here, let me just come away from the wall so you can see. Maybe easier, I don't know. In. In. When you're doing this, you are really trying to work to engage your deep pelvic muscles. So like your psoas, for example. So your big kind of extreme muscle in this area are your six-pack muscles. So sometimes when you're doing sit-down crunches, you might just see the six-pack muscles like bulge, right? Well, awesome. They're a very strong major muscle, and so they do a lot of work for us in the body. However, we have so many other abdominal muscles that we really need to do yoga. And one of the ways that we engage those deep abdominal muscles in yoga is by saying Uddiyana Bandha. You know, engage Uddiyana Bandha, because that's your deep, deep abdominal muscles. Okay. Whew. Yay. All right, so now grab your blocks. You might not have to do this depending on the length of your arms and your, your core muscles. Huh. Crazy. Anyways, but we are going to do some kind of lifts. So for example, I'm going to use blocks, even though I have super long arms. It's easier for me with blocks, so meet yourself where you're at. Root into your hands, lift your hips. Maybe accessible, maybe not. This could be a stopping point. My wrists are a little sore. I'm going to try my fists. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, lift yourself up, then lift your heels. And so, obviously, this is a work in progress for me. But when you try and lift your heels, you're going to feel it a bit in your quads. Where you want to feel it is here. Okay? So that's why we were doing these pull-ins at the wall. Push. And then, honestly, instead of lifting, it's a pull-in. Okay? So let's try. That's 2. You're gonna do 3 more. Okay, I'm gonna switch up sides. Maybe you can see the pull in a little bit easier from this side. Let's see. Okay, 3 more. Do these on your own, at your own pace, okay? Lift up and pull in. Our goal is to hold those for 5 breaths. Goal is aspirational. Second last time. Lift up and pull in. Uno más. All right, 1 more. Let's do this, bitch. Or bro, whatever. Okay, ready? Lift up and pull in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if you get to the point where you think you might hold it for 5 and you start to come out of it, whatever. If your heels drop like mine did, this is still an ab workout. So keep your count, okay? All right. Awesome. Come onto your back. Oh. Okay. So, back. Oh, excuse me. Bring both feet up as though you're doing like reclined dandasana. Then drop 1 leg. Keep this leg from touching the ground. Don't let it go down. Hover it right above the floor. Interlace your hands. Place it behind your neck. And just honestly make a nice little spot for your neck. And really, if you want to put a pillow here, put a pillow here. We're not trying to strengthen our neck. Okay, anyways. And alternate legs and crunch. Here we go. That was confusing, sorry. Okay, so legs are together, hovering, bring 1 up, crunch. Head down, hover, 1. There we go. Sorry about that. So again, we are really, really trying to target your deep abdominal muscles. So engage Uddiyana Bandha. Feel it low in your abdomen. Okay. Whew, relax. Bring your feet into Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. So your bottoms of your feet are touching. Your knees have a slight angle. And your hips are externally rotating. And roll up. When you get up to the top, pull in. Remember that kind of engagement we were doing when we were hovering. Try and get that at the top. This can be one of those types of ab workouts that really kind of gets stuck in the six-pack muscles. Pull in. Pull in. Ooh. Awesome. Okay. Gosh, it feels good just to catch my breath for a second. All right. Here we go. Place your hands underneath your bum. And then lower 1/3 of the way. Two-thirds of the way. Hover right off the ground. Remember that suck in, deep abdominals here. Engage your core, lift your feet back up, remove your hands, place your feet on the ground, drop your knees to the right, nice little twist, hands behind head. Okay, come up. And just here, really try and have a full range of motion so that you're engaging all the way down through your full side from your hip all the way up into your armpit. So if you want, you can kind of twist, but really it's just about that nice range of motion. So don't just get caught down here, okay? Whole range. Okay. Switch your knees over to the other side. Protect your back and your spine as you do so. And then again, roll up and engage in that full range of motion. Okay, nice. Come up on over to your tummy. Okay. And you can place your hands out in front of you or to the side, whatever. Point your toes and then lift your legs off the ground. And if you can, kind of touch your bum. And make sure you're not doing this with only your bum, okay? All throughout your whole back body, you have muscles that can help with this contraction. When you feel solid with your legs, shine your heart forward. And again, hands can be back here. They can be out to the side, or they can be in front. But whatever you do, you are not dumping your weight into your lower back. You're protecting your back by engaging all parts. So squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your hands together. Okay. Whew. Let's come into child's pose, wide-legged. If you need, grab a pillow. And we are just going to take a few calming cycles of breath. So walk your hands out into an extended child's pose. Rest your forehead or third eye area against the ground. And just focus on your breath. Expanding all the way through your back body, sides of your waist. Exhaling away any tension. And just come into a normal, restorative, deep cycle of breath. Walk your hands towards your knees, pushing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to heart. Gently close your eyes and focus softly on a non-moving point in front of you. Thank yourself for taking a little bit of time for you right now, for focusing on your core, and for focusing on your yoga practice and doing the bits of additional training, technique, strengthening, so that you can be your more whole, awesome, beautiful self during your practice. Thank you for spending your practice with me today. Namaste.